Hi everyone, welcome to channel of Bsc-3B. So by the way, I am Archie Licio. I'm going to share my reflection of lives and works of Rizal from MI, Professor Roland A. Dalagan. So now I will start from biographical sketch of Rizal. Rizal developed a growing self-consciousness and inferiority that he carried even his adulthood. This process has greatly affected me because just like an ordinary child, I'm too often got bullied back when I was an elementary school back then. I did not even understand why certain people bullied others. Maybe because they wanted to exert force to be noticed by others because of their superiority and power to control or manipulate others. I don't clearly understand. This only implies that there are certain individuals in our society who want to conquer other minds and influence them in the most crucial way. One could experience trauma eventually their life because of depression. I just concerned I survived being bullied, but what if this happened to my loved ones? Would they bear all the burden? I as I became older, I realized something about bullies that I thought maybe also suffered from bullying and had traumatic experience in their homes. So, this is correct. Just say that the best revenge is no revenge at all, or the greatest revenge is success. Both of these statements are true. There are some course of action that result took when he was a young who suffering from an inferiority complex. The first thing he did not was to go further along a process. A very good one. He did not seek vengeance and inflicting pain on others or himself. Rather, he I can see myself in Rizal and I made it me feel fantastic and me happy that I did not turn into bully. It is really self-fulfilling and to find strength in something that formerly seen as weaknesses in yourself. The next reflection is pragmatic education. The team's results travels in foreign nations like as Germany, France, Italian, towns among others. His first stop graduating from the University of Madrid was France. He first stop after graduating from the University of Madrid, where he served as an apprentice to renowned cataract specialist ophthalmologist, and he was subsequently moved to another ophthalmologist who specialized in patient diagnosis. His desire to obtain expertise this area systems from the fondness from his mother Doña Chudora. And this implies that even in our society we are me aware that everyone is dishonest. At some point there are at least one person you can trust enough to you can call a friend who can reach with the single phone call whenever it is needed. You know that there's someone who understands you despite in the single word somebody implies that understand your body language because he is the closest friends. Many people have problems with trusting others because had their but in most trusted relationship broken in the past, and I know I too learned from the experience. The next one is troubles, frustrations, and disappointment. One of the subject will be covered in this reading result disappointment after he returned to Madrid and he got to fight with Marcelo H. Del Pilar whom he thought of as friend. This friendship between Del Pilar and Rizal served as direct result of Del Pilar feelings on envy towards the Rizal achievements, and Rizal had shattered heart during this time period, a direct result of the unexpected marriage of his beloved Leonora Rivera. One of another other hand, I also grateful that we have gone our separate ways. That after enrolling in college, I was finally able to find people who would become friends from the rest of my life, whom that criticize when me I did terrible things, that correct me if I make mistake when I did anything wrong, and I always believe to be a defining characters of a true friend. To continue to be considered weak, they are most likely innocent by an standard code and an unjust system. Those who are guilty to some extent are given preference by the court systems. And this is the harsh truth the situation. If you are a politician, you might be able to get out of jail relatively quickly, even you are offenses and are less in the revised penal code. But if you are just an average person, you want to have such as easy time to getting weight within the with it. I have always hoped that one day a system like this one would be eliminated or all altered as quickly as possible. The next is an exiled life. That tells the story of Rizal while he was exiled in Jesuit town because he became friends with the warden. He was allowed to move around without restriction. And despite the challenges he faces, he is still able to lend and the hand does indeed free services to his community, teaching children diagnosing patients at hospital. Just some of the things he does. I say myself does result some ways because I also assist my friends, my family when are needed, even though it's not much help. And the fact that they know what can count to me, and them whether they require to makes me happy. It does not always matter how small because emotional support you provide means everything me to others. The situation is the same in our class. There is always one student to guess off an our instructor about WIP grades remarks. The conclusion that he can draw that the fault one of the fault of all. This principle could be applied to us, but fortunately our instructor is very understanding and she says that blame of any of us for our mistakes. Those who are interested in evaluating, however, strongly encouraged to take matters seriously a file complainant inappropriate forum because mom was almost wanted to ask Miss the Rivalidas exam. Our classmate had a lot of resentment towards namely the classmate. As a direct consequence of this, we resolved to never again place our complete trust in the personal judgment of our classmates when it came venting about our struggles in the classroom. We may end up failed remarks. Next is result justice and death. Rizal passed away under the rule of the Spanish government and friars, friars, as well as injustices he faces during his life this era. In Bagong Bayan, Filipino soldiers were ones who shot him, even getting permit to keep Rizal bodies after he died was difficult for Rizal's sisters. Narcisa, she had a lot of trouble. Now people of the Philippines realized the one only thing bring in to the brutal Spanish regime is through a bloody revolution. Likewise, I also Rizal Commons' low wife Josephine Bracken is to be funny stating and she wants to Rizal in despite the fact that she aware that Rizal could execute to any time, she still wishes to win him from the perspective it was clear to me She had a deep affection for Rizal despite for the fact and he had a number of deficiency as a love interest. Even though I'm aware I'm still too young find someone who share life with the call my life. I'd be happy to have wife like Josephine who will there even in the moment I take my last breath. That's all sir. That all my reflection and prelim. Thank you.